Unmuted.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Shrieking Wizard Co midweek stream. It's 7 p.m. BST. Thank you very much for joining us. This is the BBC Home Service.
No, Jenny, we'll get fined. We'll go to prison.
Why? What? The BBC Home Service doesn't exist anymore, I mean.
Help me, Gromit. We got to hide the body.
How is everybody today? I'm very tired. And also I've been reading Lord of the Rings, so I might sound like an old man today.
Jenny's a fucking nerd.
Yeah. Let's have a look at what the chat's saying.
Can you guys hear me okay? Because the mic is like a little bit above my head.
Did Amy turn the music down?
I did turn the music down this time.
We're working on it. Day by day we're improving.
Oh my god, Jazz is here. Hi, Jazz.
Oh my god, Jazz. Oh my god, no way. Did Oliver just leave the building
And not say goodbye?
without saying goodbye?
How dare he?
Oh, Alex is also here. Hey, everybody.
Breadman! It's the bread boy. Everybody's favourite bread.
What is your favourite kind of bread?
Brioche.
Yeah, enriched breads are pretty great.
Because it's like really sweet and you can have it with anything. Savoury, sweet, both.
I think French toast is a waste of brioche.
I've never had French toast.
It's eggy bread.
Eggy bread?
Yeah.
I don't think I've had egg bread.
Oh.
bread.
Well, it's pretty good. I think French toast is a waste of it, though. I mean, nope. I think brioche is a waste of brioche. How's everybody doing? Oh, your daily reminder, if you're in the United States of America, with your freedom that you have earned so justly, will you please open Webtoons or Webtoon? Both apply.
Find our shit and just
look
keep
up
opening
High
the
Hopes
page.
So Rolls and open that page, please. Thank you very much.
We need to get into that monetization.
Does donut count as bread? Hell yeah.
Oh my god, donuts. I had
Yeah.
such a craving last. I've got hair in my eye. I'll start drawing in a second. I just got hair in my eye. Curse having a cat.
The cat who has done nothing but judge me all day because I sort of accidentally scared her.
She judges everyone.
How about bagels for bread though?
Oh
Bagels
my
are
God.
also excellent.
The best.
You know, they're really like crisp on the outside. They got that shell
really,
that's almost like
it's like really thick bread.
chew.
Chewy.
Gotta get that mouth texture. Question about Webtoon, says Kimberly. Do we need to go all the way out and all the way back in, or does it going in and out of the just a chapter work? Kimberly, I have no idea. Webtoons is so. Most of you won't have any sort of experience of this, I'm assuming, because you don't do YouTube like we do. But YouTube is quite. On a scale of 1 to 10 on how transparent they are, they're probably about a 6.
Yeah, it's a bit confusing. They're like, you can do stuff.
But there's like a glossary and there's a directory, and they make a lot of videos, and the YouTube studio has got lots of stuff in it to say, hey, here's how you do this thing, blah blah blah. They also offer you asset packs, for example. So if you need to put the YouTube logo anywhere, there's like guidance on how to do that and where to get it, and you can get transparent PNGs.
Just realised, do you know what Webtoons is?
Mm.
It's Matt Mercer when he says you can certainly try.
You can certainly try. Webtoons is like wading into a dense fog in a bog. So you're up to your chest in water, and you can't see in the water because the water's dark and grimy, and you can't see anything that's happening in front of you with your eyes because it's so foggy. And also the bog has 2 names for some reason. Like it's webtoons.co.uk or whatever. .com, but it's also Webtoon on all of their marketing, and it's also Webtoons in other places, like their Twitter handle is Webtoons Canvas, and also Webtoons, I think. And there's no asset pack, so that's great.
It's just sort of like,
and also the statistics that they offer you as a person making comics is like very minimal. I mean, on YouTube, I can look up, I can pick a video. Hell, I could pick like a specific time range within this stream when we're done with it, and I can see how many people are watching it, how many of those people identify as women, how many of those people identify as men, how many people of those people identify as quote-unquote other, which I'll grant is not a great statistic. And then I can see the percentage of countries where you all are from. And then I can see, you know, your particular habits in regards to our videos. I can see how much money we're making per second, or something ludicrous if I so wish to do.
You can look directly into your windows.
Yes. Webtoons is like, hey, this is how many subscribers you've got, and this is how many US page views you have. And we update that at 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. So, great. Yeah, here's how many Americans looked at your page. So...
Why just America?
Well, this is the thing, right? You need 40,000 US page views per month in order to achieve monetization.
We're exposing all the monetization rules.
Yeah, so when I say, you know, reload the page a bunch, that's what we're asking for, is your help so that we can get Webtoons to pay us for the thing that we make.
It's Beth. Beth is here too.
Hey Beth. Which I'm not even a little bit ashamed about, right? Just spam the page open a couple of times. Help us make a comic that you don't have to pay for. So it tells us how many US page views we've had in a month and how many we had in the last day. It does not tell us why. I can only assume it's because the majority of advertising revenue is made from US companies, right? Like the American market is the most important. Who knows? But you know what? You don't have to. You don't have to do that. That would be very boring. I wouldn't do it. But it would help us if you like high hipster rolls.
If you're ever at home and you're like, oh, I'm really bored, what can I do? Just remember our voices being like, hey, can you do this like one little thing for us?
The other thing you can do is you can subscribe to us on Webtoons. I know. Just follow us places, y'all. The numbers.
Tell your nerd friends about us.
Yeah, share our comic with your friends. And like the comic page as well. So this is the other thing about Webtoons versus YouTube as like a platform. YouTube is like, here is how you make money on YouTube. Here is the best way to do that. You know, like, for example, you'll probably, if you watch a lot of YouTube, you'll notice that a lot of YouTubers are like, at the end of the video, they'll be like, please like and subscribe. That's because the difference when you do and don't do that, if you're a huge YouTuber like Philip DeFranco, say, if he forgets to do that at the end of the video, the difference in likes is about 10,000 people. But like Webtoons doesn't have any of that, except just from my sort of understanding of my basic understanding of the platform, the page liking thing is a huge metric, right? We should be encouraging the people reading the pages to like the pages, because the page likes is everywhere.
Anyway, we should probably stop talking about this.
Yeah,
now.
we
kind
can
of boring.
stop. Yeah, it's a bit technical. That's not the word. Like, it's like workshop, right? Work talk. Boring.
So how's everyone today?
Yeah, tell us how you're doing. Tell us about what you're doing, where you are in the world. I've been watching a lot of BuzzFeed videos recently about the ones where they give a reporter or whoever like the equivalency of an American dollar to go and buy a specific food, so like an ice cream or a biscuit or some street food or whatever. Those videos make me so hungry. And also just super jealous of like the incredible, I mean, you know, it's like you shouldn't. Everything has value. I worry about the people who make things that like you can buy. Why can you buy a whole meal for less than $1? I worry about those people, but also, fucking hell, some of the food you can buy for like £1 is absolutely nothing. It's amazing. Anyway, James McD is on their lunch break. Gross for you to be at work. I'm so sorry. Rip. I mean, I guess we're at work right now.
Yeah, sometimes I forget that, like, whenever I just spend all day sitting at my tablet, I'm actually working.
Yeah.
Like, I forget that.
That's why when your sister was like, hey, can you come watch this dog for a week? I was like really annoyed on your behalf.
No.
I'm like, no, I'm working. I got shit to do.
I'm not doing this because it's my hobby.
Yeah.
I mean, I love doing it, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't be so dedicated if I didn't love it, but it's my job, and I want this to be my job forever. You know?
Yeah. Kimberly's spamming the page. Thank you, Kimberly. You don't have to do that. You already do like a crazy amount of things. You could literally just, read it like a normal person, enjoy it like a normal person, and I would be very grateful to you for that. Thank you. Scone monster. Could go for a scone right now. I like to think of the refreshing as part of doing my part of making the rest of the world's eyes count, restoring the balance. Thanks so much. Oh, hey, we hit number 5 on this week's hottest fantasy on Webtoon's canvas. So thanks very much, guys.
That's so exciting because it's like we were kind of scared to do the format change, and we were kind of like, oh no, people aren't gonna like that. But no, you guys have really come through, and you've shown so much support. It's crazy. And we really appreciate it.
I'm also going to go back to, complaining about Webtoons as a platform. Even Redbubble lets me break down where my audience is coming from in terms of like how they reached the page. So, for example, was it within Webtoons itself? Was it social media? Was it a YouTube link? Right? Like you can Redbubble breaks down where on the internet people are coming from. Why doesn't Webtoons do that?
I don't know, Jenny.
Because I don't know how many what a really useful metric would be how many new people are seeing Hi Ho So Rolls for the first time, and how many of them are schmucks that we have convinced to follow us around previously. Love you guys.
Y'all are great.
I'm currently spamming the refresh button on the copy page.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you guys. You don't have to do that anymore if you don't want to. I don't want to get you like banned from Webtoons for doing something that we didn't understand. Ooh, punch the mic. Look at that loaf of a cat. Look at her.
She's so happy.
Ooh, point those toes. I had the door open for a bit today to see if she would go outside of her own accord. Nope.
She did not.
Nope.
She's not interested.
Does not give a single shit.
Nope. Door wide open.
Yep.
The world's too scary. As soon as she hears a noise, she's like, nah, fam.
Scary and also not interesting, apparently. She didn't even look at it.
Which is weird, because the other day we had some birds flying around outside our window, and instantly Boo was like, I'm out! She was ready to go, and we were like, whoa.
Jenny, Boo pictures for Instagram. Yeah, I'm on it. I'm going to put up one that, I don't know if I put it up yesterday. Of her pointing her feet. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing.
You're going to have to watch me do the final sketch before I get onto inking, because I need as much guidance as I can possibly get.
I'm just going to put that straight up without any caption. I am sorry if you came here this evening looking for Mr. Matthew Kemp, who was going to play some Oblivion, but he's not feeling very well.
No. He's got the lurgy.
Well, we hope he doesn't have the lurgy. Jazzy TP, guess what happened from when I'm gonna leave quarantine? I've got sports day.
Oh no.
Gross.
Don't miss that. I know that in secondary school you don't have to do sports day.
Do you not?
No, in my secondary school we didn't have to do it.
That wasn't a thing at my place.
No. Like, literally, sports day, the non-sporty kids just sat around and did nothing.
Well, that's nice.
It was like a free period. It was basically just a day of doing nothing. Did you have to do something?
Yeah. You had to sign up for a sport.
Ugh.
So I was in shot put.
Shot put?
Yeah.
Oh, was that the one where you throw the ball?
The metal ball really hard, yeah.
Oh, I used to be really good at javelin. I remember. We did it once.
Chaos says, "What's the lurgy?" It's a British war slang that means like a cold or the flu or whatever.
This means you're ill.
Yeah. I have no idea why it's called the lurgy, but there we go. Val says, one time for sports day they forgot to sign me up for something, so I was just vibing really hard.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you can get away with it. I remember one year I signed up for something and something came up and I was like, oh no, tragedy, I'm not going to get to do it this year. Oh no. Oh no. In Jazzy's, you at least have to help. I don't know what helping at sports day looks like.
Oh, I remember
putting
having
out
to
those
help.
plastic cones, I guess.
I remember having to help on cross country day, because I couldn't run, so I just used to stand there holding the post that marked the point. They just told me to stand there.
I'm 100% convinced that cross country is just like an excuse to get you to leave the teachers alone for like a 4-hour period or whatever. I don't know how long cross country was.
Our cross country was just us running around the same field for about 4 times.
Yeah, I mostly remember not doing it.
We had a sponsored walk at our school
muddy.
as well. Because we lived on the downs. Our school was on the downs, which is like a big hill thing.
It's a national park, basically.
Yeah, that one. And like our school was on that, and we used to do 10 miles, and I attempted it twice, and I never did it again.
Somebody asked, where did that question go? Alexandra, do your teachers compete in your country's sport day? I think it goes school by school. My school had a singular teachers race that only the men signed up for. And then obviously the PE teacher won because
that's their job.
He was the only one who did any sport. The others were just happened to be thin. I mean, if I was a woman, I wouldn't want to run in front of several thousand school children. Fuck off. I'm not giving that free entertainment.
We had a PE teacher who was absolutely ginormous. He was called... Shall I say his name? Does it matter? He was big Scottish man. He was very scary. He used to scare all the boys, but he was really nice to us, which in hindsight is probably a little bit weird. But like...
Well, it's just like...
He wasn't like creepy.
No, but it's like a gender role thing, right?
Yeah, and like...
You have to be... Girls are soft, you can't be mean.
And like every time I'd like go up and ask him, he'd like be screaming at a dude and then like come over and be like, hi, I have a question. He'd be like, yeah, what do you want? Like being really nice. I'd be like, oh.
Beth puts a really good point into the chat that if you are a patron and you have thought about getting something from the secret shop, now is a really good time because there are only 3 High Hopes Are Rolls Season 1 signed posters left. Secret shop. I love the concept of a secret shop.
It's so much fun.
It is so much fun. I don't really know why.
Because you're shopping in secret.
Oh. Boo has sat up.
Good for her.
And now she is looking about her as if to say, why isn't anybody paying me attention?
Because we're working, lady. Should we maybe talk about...
Oh, what you're drawing?
Not necessarily what I'm drawing, but like address the title of this stream.
Oh yeah, chapter 3 secrets. If you got questions about chapter 3, then we'll answer them. I don't have any secrets off the top of my head.
Neither do I.
But we want to talk about Gimgar.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you got any questions about Gimgar or anything that was in chapter 3, go ahead and ask, and we'll try and answer it. Pretty sure we can answer probably most of them now.
Ooh, somebody has made another order. Ooh. There are now only 2 units of SQ8636 something. Somebody destroyed Chaos's poster.
Oh no.
That sucks. What's the most trouble Gimgar was ever in growing up? Well, she was mauled by a bear.
Yeah, I don't know if she would have... Well, she's suffered consequences, obviously. But, like, I don't think she would have been scolded in a sense because her parents were glad that she was alive.
Doesn't strike me as, like, the kind of kid to purposefully... You know how you get kids who are little shits who know what they're doing?
Yeah.
Gimgar doesn't strike me as that kind of kid.
Not at all.
Like, she's not intentionally getting into trouble. She's having great ideas and not realising that they're actually really bad ideas.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, however, you know, whenever my mum was on the phone, I decided that's when I wanted to cut up a piece of fruit. And I'd get out the biggest knife in the drawer and be like, Mum, can I use this?
And she's like, oh my god.
Yeah. That's Gimgar.
Yeah.
What are my thoughts on pasta? What are your thoughts on pasta?
Quite like pasta.
It's fucking good.
Pretty good. It's quite versatile.
Mm-hmm. It's a staple poor person food. We eat a lot of it. I have pasta at least twice a week.
I don't.
Why not?
Because I don't make it. I literally eat the same thing every day because I know how, like, I don't have to have different things every day to keep me interested in eating.
I wish I had that.
I literally eat the same thing every day because, like, as long as I stop feeling hungry, I'm good. Like,
oh, this is a hard drive cable. Boring. Sorry, I was just holding a cable like, what is this? Who came up with the nickname Little Bear? Probably her mum.
Yeah, well, Litgar's name actually means little bear.
What does Gimgar mean? Do you remember?
Cheerful bear.
Oh, okay.
Gar means bear.
Yeah.
And then the lit is little,
mm-hmm.
and Gim is cheerful.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, that was a strange noise. Sorry, that was a little bit of summer fruit squash going down the wrong pipe.
Lovely.
Sun in her parachute pants. Sorry, I got another reel stuck in my head. It's a good time. My thoughts on pasta. What is your plan for the Webtoons comic? To make it as good as possible.
Yeah, boy.
It's so pretty. I cannot wait for you to see the pages that we have got ready.
Yeah, man.
I'm so excited.
They get prettier as they go along.
Yeah.
Not that the ones that we have released aren't pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the colours get more exciting.
I also can't wait to print them.
Yeah.
One day we can have an anthology. Chapters 0 to whatever. I'm also super excited to get... I mean, like, relatively so a really long time ago, we sort of had a thought about where we wanted to... where we wanted the first quote-unquote season of High Hopes or Rolls to go. And, like, what would be good story beats to pick up and end on. And, like, where we wanted... Ooh.
That's a very loud dog.
That's a big boy. He's barking because nobody's at home and there's people walking around outside. Right, so we planned out sort of 10 episodes to be like season 1, ending with a thing. And that's probably going to get shaken up now. I think the latter half of the season's probably going to change from where it was because of the format change. But the end of what we had originally planned out as the 10th episode is so long ago. It's like maybe when did we do that? Like 2016?
Oh my god.
2017?
Chapter 10?
Yeah. You know the thing and the with the this is very difficult to,
oh my god. Oh my god. When I made that decision, is that the one you're talking about, or are you talking about just before that?
Before that. That decision is going to be
start of season 2.
Not the start of, but like maybe episode 3 was the original intention anyway.
Right. Okay. Oh yes, of course. Duh. Yeah. Oh man, that was ages ago. I was gonna say Phil and Erin were alive at that point. No, they were in our lives.
Yeah,
at that
we
point.
knew them. Yeah, so actually must have been
17 or 18. Can't remember.
I don't know. Time's a flat circle. Yeah. So I'm basically what I'm saying is I'm excited to get to there and then beyond.
Yeah.
I was wondering why half the time Paddy sounds like, well, you've said Patty, sounds like an Irishman, whilst the other half it's just ABC illustrations, normal voice. That's because we're not actors.
Yeah.
I make my own Alfredo sauce shadow. That's nice. I don't know really what Alfredo sauce is. Gimgar's black eyes. Apparently she shares them with a few family members. Are they just a genetic trait from her mum then? Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is like a genetic trait from...
Yeah, so...
ages ago.
Rundar as a camp that moves as opposed to Rundar the location. The very original people of Rundar are Duragar, who came to the surface for whatever reason.
Change of scenery.
Yeah, I think literally. I think they just they were like kind of done with this shit. You know, the outside seems nice. And Duragar have like grey-black eyes. And so that's kind of like one of the bits that has like stuck around. And Bal's from Vicenal here, right? So
yeah,
he doesn't have that. Any Litgar trivia or fun facts?
Litgar's existed for as long as Gimgar has.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's a lush.
Oh yeah. Litgar. He has met Rosa Zarantni.
Oh yeah, of course he has. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he went to Kadar looking for Gimgar, basically. Was like, hey, I've heard that you knew who they were, what happened.
Where have they been?
That was a very long time ago. Yeah. Are you going to do the full story? And if so, how long do you think that'll take? Well, we're still playing the game, so I don't know. We might, to be honest, at the rate we play D&D these days, we might actually catch up with ourselves.
Yeah, I know. Like literally, I think by the next time we play, it'll probably be like we need to play because we need more story for the for the fucking comic.
Yeah. Who knows? How long do I think that'll take? I don't know. A couple of years. There's usually a couple of years of content in there.
I mean, we've been playing for what, 7?
Yeah. This isn't a specific chapter 3 question, but what happened when... I assume that's HHLR. You've got HHLW. They're next to each other on the keyboard, right? This isn't a specific chapter 3 question, but what happened when HHLR ends? I assume there's a future question. What happens when HHLR ends? I don't know.
We start a new game.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of playing D&D, we start again. And if you guys are still interested in the shit that we have to say, then maybe we'll make another one. Do it again online for you to read. That would be nice. If they're they are not twins. Nagar and Gimgar aren't twins, are they?
No, there's a little bit of an age gap between them. Not massive.
Yet to be decided.
Yeah. I was literally like, when we were doing this chapter, I was like, man, there's like a few things we need to sort of finalise here.
Yeah, a lot of Gimgar's like lore and family story and stuff is stuff that we wrote, well, that Amy wrote, and then I'm sort of misremembering for 5 years. So we actually need to sit down and work that out.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Chaos actually knows way more about this than I thought anybody did. That was when they were missing in the Fae. He went to Rosa. He went to Qatar to find them and met Rosa. And was like, yeah, what's up? Where's my sister? And she was like, I don't know.
I do not have answers for you.
In the Fae. Will they ever get an outfit change? Like, say, a formal outfit? Oh. Will they? Yeah, for sure. I mean, already we kind of made decisions about reducing Paddy's appearance to be less effort.
Well, Alex is the one who has to ink him now, so...
Yeah.
Oh no, I still got to colour him. No!
Cripes!
No, I love Paddy's outfit. It's just there's a lot of parts.
Ink says, so what I'm hearing is that we will have high hope content until we die.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, sounds about right. I got no plans to stop.
We will probably outlive the campaign. Like, we will die before we finish the campaign.
You meant that the other way around.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, outlive the campaign means we would go past the campaign.
Oh, of course, other way around.
I mean, I actually kind of would like to not be doing the same story when I die, because I've got plans to die a little bit later than like, next year. Where did that little tidbit come from? I don't know. I don't know where we've said that before, but y'all know.
What tidbit?
They went missing before the series starts, right? Because Xenia hatched after they escaped, and he stole the egg from the ghosts.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So
we have actually revealed quite a lot about the story before Paddy joins us, because you guys probably aren't going to see much of that.
Yeah. I also don't think it's very important or very good.
Yeah. Well, that was before we really started to make the story linear, and that was when way before we were actually doing anything important.
Yeah.
We knew who the big bad was, but we were just a bunch of losers.
Fucking around.
We were just fucking around for a long time.
I mean, the first almost 3 sessions of us actually playing, you were under the College of Amarden in one corridor, so, I can sit here and do a little bit of recount if you want of everything that happened before Paddy joins the party, but it will be very spotty because of my shitty memory, and also it'll be very quick because I don't know if it'll be very interesting. Let me know if that's what you want.
Of course it's what they want.
In the meantime, Pixton says, question way off topic, do Brits say H or H? H? H?
H.
Who says H? It's spelt Haitch or Aitch.
Listen to the way Jenny's saying it.
Need clarification.
Yeah, what are you on about?
On what you're what you're talking about. Does anyone else get a little companion? Well, I mean, Paddy gets the fly.
That fucking fly.
Y'all,
Gimgar's companion is Nagar.
the letter H. H. Is that what you wanted to hear me say?
Oh my god,
H.
Stop.
You don't have to pronounce the H and H. If you're a chav.
H.
If you speak estuary English. H.
So I just say Katie, who plays Zada.
Mm-hmm.
She does this thing where we're hanging out on Discord and she's playing video games. And I'm not in the same room as her, can't even see what game she's playing. And she does this thing where she asks 1,000 questions, and it's the most overstimulating hellhole you could ever imagine in your life. Because she's like, what's this? What am I doing? What's going on? Why are they doing that? Where am I going? And I'm like, Katie! Stop! For God's sake!
Katie also has like a dictionary knowledge of any game that she's playing, right? My favorite dynamic is like Red Dead, for example, where I'll be like, oh hey, what's this little dude or whatever, because I'm like, you know, chasing a frog in the mud or something.
Drop on the table.
Yeah, and then Katie's like, well, and explains like a lot of detail, which is very useful and very kind of her to go to that lengths to explain to me what's going on.
About 30 seconds in, we've already zoned out.
But it's usually way more information than I was prepared to receive. But my favourite thing about it is the way that, like, maybe 4 seconds in, Amy's like, Katie!
Stop it!
Stop it!
I'm glad she can find all the knowledge, but Jesus.
Okay, let's have a look at what y'all wanting to know. H. Pre-Paddy story. H or itch?
Itch.
Why do English spell letters so strange? Spell letters? Where I come from, letters are pronounced with 3 sounds. I don't understand. H. What? This also picks up right after the Beholder fight. Does Gimgar have her injury where her arm got fucked up? Oh my god, Kimberly!
Thank you!
H. I can't keep saying the letter
What's that
H.
about the Beholder fight? I remember the Beholder fight and the prep for that because I was very nervous for about a week. Because I was like, we're gonna die!
There was the first fight where I was like, hey, this you have to like...
actually prep.
Yeah.
Because I generally thought we were going to fucking perish.
I actually think I fucked that fight up. I think when you... because you have to roll for Beholder's eye beams, right? I don't think you can use the same one twice in a row.
I have no idea.
And I think I did that a lot with the Charm Ray, which Nagar was resistant to because...
he's a barbarian.
He was raging.
Nagar fucked that Beholder up.
Yeah, he did. He held it right there.
Good job.
Okay, I
That's
think
our boy.
I'm just gonna go from the beginning.
In the
beginning, there is a Marden, City of Knowledge, City of Wonder, and the Alabaster College, where there is an intake ceremony, which you may remember from Chapter 0. And High Hopes are there. They meet each other. You know, like for example, Gimgar sits down next to Torlin. That's the first time they've ever met. And the others are spread throughout the audience. Gwing is with Venzenia, Katie's old character. And they are watching, you know, like the hello and welcome to the Alabaster College of Marden. We're here to celebrate this year's newest student.
I remember the you put like a thing on the table to tell us where we were and what we were doing, and
a map.
Yeah, that's the one. I remember Matt just instantly being suspicious. Like, who's that? What are they doing? And then there's me just dicking about with the token because I had no idea what we were doing. I was like, I don't get it.
And there was an elven man on stage with a lexicon, and there was a dwarf called Rarig Gemslave. How do I remember these details? And key details of the story have been lost to me. I don't know. And then there's a couple of shadows overhead, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, what was that?" And the big fucking white dragon comes down and, you know, destroys a tower of the college as it lands.
Yeah, and we're like, what the fuck?
And everybody's like, "Wah!" And then Gwing and Beth were like, well, I'm going to do the sensible thing. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to walk calmly to the nearest exit. And I was like, no, I had not planned for this. I need to go in this hole.
I literally, like, I remember Beth was like, I'm going to go to the door. I was like, same. I'm also going to go to the door. And you were like, the doors are locked. I was like, why would you lock the doors? And I'm like, you know that gif of the dude who's shaking the door screaming, let me in? It's Gimgar, but screaming, let me out.
And then anyway, there was a hole in the ground to some underground chambers. Basically, everybody's fled. Blah, blah, blah. Big old dragon. Rawr. Everybody's like, gonna jump in this hole rather than die to this dragon.
Oh, well, no, Nagar wanted to fight the dragon.
Except for Nagar. And then Katie Venzenia used sleep to put Nagar to sleep so that he would
she shouldn't have had.
Slide into the hole. So just to recap, okay, I railroaded them into the hole. Katie used a spell that she shouldn't have had, and Nagar used up all of his javelins instantly.
Oh my god, he did!
Yeah. And then they slid into the darkness of a hole, which is like a peak video game transition, because like in real life you would have died, right? Because you would have fell. But I was just like, just get in the hole. Just get in the hole. Just go in the fucking hole.
I remember Jazz made up a scenario where we were accompanied by a dead body.
Oh, yeah.
And she took a trimming of his hair and kept it with her.
And like, then I was like, you know, atmospherically, I was like down into the hole, into the darkness. You're in this corridor-y thing. It's ancient down here. Woo! Spooky. There's some dead bodies that have fallen in with you.
Wasn't there a scenario about the carpet being blue as well?
Yeah, I described the carpet being blue because I thought that might add to the sort of, you know, visual image I was painting, and everybody was like, is it blue because it's evil? Like, it's a carpet.
It's like the chair incident from
yeah.
Why is the carpet blue?
And then, you know, one of those bodies was a ginger, and Jazz pocketed a little bit of ginger hair for some reason. And onwards we go.
I'll return it to their family. But like, you don't even know who this kid is. Yeah. How are you going to find his family?
We march onwards into the darkness, down the straight corridor. And then we come to a pit.
Oh my god.
The pit is 15 feet across, I think, and it's a very long way down. It's about 30 feet deep, and the corridor continues on the other side, and there's a door on the other side, and there's a ladder in the pit. So, you know, you can attempt to leap over. You might take some damage if you drop, but then you can climb back up, and you'll be good. So, Rook, Gwing and Gimgar sail across the...
No, I didn't sail.
Okay.
I launched.
The wizard and the ranger sail across the gap. Gimgar hits the other side and slides along on her face and stops when she hits the other end. And then the others, sort of with varying degrees of success. I mean, at some point, Nagar pulled the ladder off the wall.
Yeah, because he was like, I'm not going to make this jump. Even though he had like a pretty decent dexterity.
I don't really know how that happened, but they all fell in the pit. Pit Girl was where Ven gets her name from, I think. That little nickname that she carried around for a while. And then they go into another door. It's a bit more of a corridor. And then there's there's some giant bats and shit in here that they had to fight.
Took us way too long.
Way too long. There was a room, very old room, ancient one could say, which had a skeleton in it and a ghost that came out of the skeleton. The ghost put his hands through Torlin's chest and she went down to 0. And I think for the first time, everybody truly appreciated that life isn't permanent.
Because Torlin was like, hello, Mr. Ghost. Like, she was being really friendly and he was like, die!
Yeah, because it was a ghost and stuff. So that happened. And then...
What was that?
That's Boo taking a dump.
Oh, I see. The smell will waft in shortly.
They somehow defeat the ghost. I think they killed it with kindness, right? Rook said something impressive.
I can't remember.
And it turned him around or whatever. Anyway, books in room. Wizard like books.
Wizard stole everything.
Wizard also kleptomaniac at this point. He wanted everything. Books, any sort of, errant gold coins, literally anything. This is where he finds the pseudo-dragon egg in amongst the garbage. And he picks it up and he pockets it, along with everything else, without telling anybody what any of it is. And there's a thing on the floor, like a little puzzle that they have to work out, and they basically manage to realise there's like a teleportation thing, and it's a one-way teleport. And the way that it works is you can choose land, sky, fire, and water.
Yeah. Fuck, I forgot how we got out of the college.
And that was me being like, whose backstory are we going to start with? And the answer to that question was Torlin's. And boop, you teleported into Dinkum Sigil to Vysenil here. Like 1,000-something miles away. And that starts...
Oh, boo. Sorry, guys. I just got to clear that up. That stinks.
That starts the sort of dwarves in the mountain arc. There's bad shit happening. Torlin's dad is the Pope, basically. Except they're not called the Pope, I forget which word. And then... he still is the Pope. But there's like shit at the bad stuff afoot. Have you ever seen a cat look so proud of herself? It's when she's taking a massive dump. And then I don't have a concise explanation for you for what happened. Vysenil here, but here's some key facts. Torlin's dad is the Pope. Torlin has 19 sisters. You guys fought a baby black dragon in deep in the mines.
Oh my god, we did, yeah.
And also there is a bronze or brass, I forget which one she is, dragon on the top of the mountain somewhere in one of the peaks.
I told Nagar to sell his body to her so we could get in her good favour.
Called Linral. And Linral has a baby son, obviously, called Sarsen. And that's you just need to know that. And then they go back down into the mountain. And at this point, our friend Lucy is playing Torlin's dad. And she is off the chain. She's like...
lost her mind.
Punishment involves chaining you to a pillar in public, which, fine.
Naked.
I was like, are you going to take their gear? And she was like, oh yeah, I'll make them naked. I'm like, that's not the question I asked.
She was like, unclothe them. And then Katie was like, Ben doesn't wear underwear.
So that happened. And then you work something out. I forget what. And it turns out there's this dwarf there who's a piece of shit. And he's not actually a dwarf. He's a blue dragon in disguise because they can take humanoid form. And that blue dragon bursts out of the gates of Vysenil here and is like, guess what, bitches? Time to die. And High Hopes stand there going like, ah! And then down from the mountains comes Linral in all of her grace and glory to save these stupid morons because Nagar, totally butt naked, has sprinted up the mountain.
Look, my idea worked.
to fetch her. And Ignis says, are they all biological siblings? Yes, all 19 of those sisters
Her parents have been around a long time.
are Torlin's sisters. There is a fight between two adult dragons, the likes of which has not been seen in any mortal lifetime. But throughout the fear and the paranoia of this period in the Great Mountain's history, there is still high hopes.
Standing at the edge of the mountain thinking, what the fuck?
Butt naked. Not all of you were, but most of you. And then I forget, you go north to Kadar then, right? I think.
Yes.
No, you go east to Stonewall.
Oh yeah, Stonewall. Dang.
And then that's kind of where I'm going to finish my story.
Yeah, you can't know anymore.
Yeah.
Nagar didn't shag the dragon.
Nagar did not shag the dragon, he was just naked when he asked for her aid.
Imagine.
He would never be so disrespectful. Were those seagull noises? Very likely. We do live on the coast and they are
everywhere.
Fucking loud.
And that's a loud dog. A woof.
Let's see. Are there any questions? Ignis also said, the pit, Tom Scar, the whole sound effects place.
The whole.
That's good. Notes. There are notes. Phil has a very helpful timeline, but these are the days from before we knew Phil, and his helpful timeline. So these things are a little bit hazy because they rely on everybody's collective memory and notes that we didn't take because, you know,
but we didn't think this would happen.
Yeah, but also we didn't know how to play D&D.
Yeah.
As I have clearly demonstrated to you. Clearly.
It's fine. We were noobs when we started. We're still kind of noobs now.
I almost said something to you, Amy, about the Stonewall stuff and when are we going to fit that into the how are we going to and then I thought, oh, I know how I'll fit that in, and I nearly explained it to you.
Jenny.
On the microphone.
On the microwave.
On the microphone.
I remember there was a fight and I was like, hey Jenny, can I attack the thing that this guy's sitting on to make him prone? And you were like, yes?
Yeah, because to me, you were asking me, hey Jenny, how many HP does this chair have? I don't fucking know. Or what's the AC of this chair? I don't know. Because of course now I just be like, yeah, sure. And then you would roll and I'd be like, yeah, that sounds high enough. Kimberly's apologising for her humongous comment on my map video, which you don't have to apologise for. I haven't replied to it yet because I'm lazy. That's not true. I was doing the washing today, amongst other things. Chapter 0. Are we there? What siblings and peeps talking about here? I forgot to listen once I wrote this. Yeah. So all you need to know is that Torlin's got a shit ton of sisters.
Yeah.
Val is back with food. What did they miss? I gave away literally every secret we have. Every plot device that's coming up. I told it all. It's all gone. No more surprises or secrets. Boo is back in bed. If I had the ability to show you her, I would.
After her triumph. On the toilet.
I can't see what you're drawing again.
Well, that sucks for you.
Oh, okay. What were there any inspirations for High Hopes' story? Yes. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm obsessed with the Magician's Guild series, which is not what it's called, but the first book is called The Magician's Guild. It's a series of novels. Very good. I believe the author is Australian. I forget her name. That has had a really big influence on the shape of High Hopes, or it did to begin with. And then basically, whenever we get into a period of being able to play regularly, whatever I am reading or playing at the time has massive impact. There is a chunk of the story which happens admittedly in a desert nation, so I feel like I should be allowed to have this, that is so heavily inspired by Assassin's Creed Origins. Like, not the story, obviously, but
the location and the people.
Yeah, I mean, ancient Egypt, because at the time I was like, fuck yeah. This is so cool.
This is what I'm playing.
Can't think of anything recently that I have thought, oh, I should make a note of that. But basically, yeah, I mean, all we do is recycle each other's stories, right? There'll be mechanical stuff. Patrick Rothfuss's The Name of the Wind, the way that he describes like the function of objects is very appealing both to me and Matt Kemp. So there's quite a lot of that sort of essence, I think, in the game, particularly later Rook, where we are now, where he has a sort of mechanical grasp of magic. God, I wish the last book of that series would come out so I could just consume it. I'm reading currently Lord of the Rings for the first time.
I thought you already read it.
No, never before. I've just gone to the bit where they're about to meet Carl Urban. It's not. That's the actor's name. I forget the character's name. The Horse Lord.
Welcome to Middle Earth. This is Carl.
Yeah. This is Orlando. Fuck, those are really good movies, aren't they?
Can we watch them again soon?
When I finish the book, we're gonna rewatch them.
Fucking Living with Jenny and Ollie introduced me to the extended edition of Lord of the Rings, and I fucking lost my mind.
They're so good.
Like, I've seen Lord of the Rings 1,000 times.
My favourite thing about watching the extended edition with you for the first time was when new bits would come on the screen, you'd be like, "What is this? What is this? I've not seen this before."
The Witch King with his flame sword? What the fuck?
Oh man, Amy the Witch King. That was such a good bit. And like the mouth of Sauron.
I know, I was like, the mouth of Sauron. Who? And like, because I haven't read the book.
And he was like licking his teeth and stuff. And you were like, "Ew, I love it."
Like, because the fucking Witch King, what a fucking epic bad guy. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Mm-hmm. And when we got to see more of him, I was like,
Billy Boydham, Dominic Monaghan have a podcast called Friendship Onion, which I recommend you listen to.
I love them so
They're
much.
so sweet. And they talk about everything. They specifically are looking for questions and things that aren't about Lord of the Rings, but they do mention it a lot, obviously, because it's such a huge part of their lives. It's basically how they met or something, right?
Or something.
They were talking about some day on set. I think they were talking about what music they were listening to or something. And I forget which. I think it must have been Dominic who was like, "Yeah, where were you that day?" But he goes, "Oh, I was just killing the Witch King." Casual. "Oh, I was just fighting the Witch King."
Amazing. Those two are like soulmates, aren't they? They are like destined to be together
They're
forever.
so good. I love
so
them.
So sweet.
Mm-hmm. Emma, yeah, that's his name. Carl Urban, handsome man.
Handsome man.
The ink says the extended is so good, and you are so right.
Yeah.
Literally, we could fire it up right now and watch it. I'm ready to go.
Ollie just walks in. first film. They were like, it's like towards the end of the first film, and I can't remember where they're going. It's where Scene Bean dies. And they're in the canoe, and they're like fucking paddling the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, that's a really satisfying sound. And then I make a really shit sound out of my mouth.
Yeah, you're like, the sound of the paddle entering the water is really satisfying, and then you're like, sploosh.
I was like, Jenny and Ollie lost their minds.
Yeah, I was like, I appreciate what you're saying, Amy, but that was not it. That was not it.
Oh my god, we watched, I can't remember if we watched one a week or one every day. Because we used to watch films over the whole weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, we must have watched one every
evening.
I don't know. I think maybe we do watch it one every week, because they are very long, aren't they?
I can't remember. But we literally got to the Two Towers, and I just remember sitting there, and I was like slouched down in the seat, and I was like, this film is so long. Ollie was like, you've still got 2 hours left. I was like,
Yeah. God, they're so long. Man.
Like, I love them, but fuck, my attention span goes out the window so quickly.
Tel Andir or something, which is the seat of where Sean Bean dies. It's the seat of here's the only thing about, I do very much enjoy, I think people find Tolkien's writing to be very dense, which I can see why. Certainly, Amy, I don't think you would get on with it.
I have tried.
My kind of primary problem is that when he starts describing, say this, for example, Elrond is talking about some history, he accurately speaks as Elrond would, right? Elrond knows all of this stuff. Elrond doesn't need to explain any of these things, but all of these things happen in very quick succession in terms of like, here's a name, here's a name, here's a name, and here's a time period, and here's a place, and here's a place, and here's a place, and here's a name, and here's a place, right? And very quickly, it's very easy to get lost in all of that because it's not even in English, it's Elvish. I'm currently, so I'm at the bit where they're about to meet Emma because Aragorn.
I thought you said they're about to meet Emma, and my brain was like, Emma!
Cleo. Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas. Aragorn, son of Arathorn, Gimli, son of Gloin, and Legolas, son of Thwandil, are chasing Pippin and Merry. Which bit of that broke you? Is it all the names, or is it the way I said Thwandil? I'm just pulling it out my arse. I'm not even sure that Thwandil is his dad. I think it is. See what I mean? There's just lots of names.
Anyway, you were saying.
Which is one of my favourite parts in the movies because of the sweeping shots of New Zealand. I don't know why, but this is true for The Hobbit as well. When there's a camera flying very far up in the distance and there's people running, I'm like, I enjoy this. This is a good film. This pleases me. The local forest man gets bullied. Rip Thranduil. Man.
Woo.
If you would like a similar sort of lore dump for High Hopes, you have to ask questions, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Fucking every time I draw Gimgar's hair, it always gets like 10 times longer. I'm having hair envy.
Envy. We are going to see Black Widow in the cinema on Friday, which is, I'm both excited to go to the cinema and also terrified to go to the cinema.
So what's the rules then?
I think we have to wear a mask the whole time.
Oh, okay.
which is not necessarily I'm not like anti-mask or whatever, but like I think all of my masks are made of polyester, and I'm having anxiety about having to wear a polyester mask for 2.5 hours.
It's fine. If you're sitting down and not doing anything, you don't notice.
But also, like, all of the seats adjacent to our 3 seats are not occupied.
They're not?
No.
Where are we?
We're sort of not in the middle. We're a little bit forward of the middle because those were the only 3 seats available. They've already sort of, like, mapped out the seats to be, you know, like if there's 2 here, then they've ringed out all of the seats around that, and then there's another 2.
So it is still social distance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. They're not just cramming us all into one room then.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I haven't been to the cinema in ages.
Yeah, since the pandemic. The last movie we saw in cinema was Birds of Prey.
Oh yeah, that was a good movie to end off on.
Also a good movie, yeah.
Like, so I assume that we cannot eat snacks.
No, we can.
But we have to wear masks.
I don't know, Amy. I'll have to look at the rules. Our cinema is really dope. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah, because it's a private cinema. It's not a chain. So it's like...
It's also a historical building that opened in 1911. So...
What, the cinema?
Yeah.
Sorry for that tapping, by the way. I was being...
Weird.
I wasn't aware. Anyway.
Yeah, so the dome opened in 1911 and was originally just the one screen. And they have since added a couple more, but it's you know, like a listed building. It's been restored, so the screen is, you know how like you get super stacked seats if you go to a modern cinema. They don't have that. It's much more like theatre seating. I really love it in there. The atmosphere is great.
Yeah.
They never have the aircon, and this is true I think for all cinemas. It's either blisteringly cold or the sweatiest it has ever been in your life. There's no in between in English cinemas.
Yeah, and it's like legit one of the only cinemas where I can sit in a row of seats behind. Like, I can sit with a row of seats in front of me and not have my legs squished. Because I'm really fucking long.
Oh, yeah. Really good. Great cinema.
Don't they have, like...
If you're ever in the UK, you should check it out.
Don't they have a screen in there now that's, like, double... Like, the seats are huge?
The little screen, the very little one, screen 3. Yeah, those are like...
I've never been in it.
They're very wide. It's like having a sofa for a seat.
Nice.
I watched... What did I watch in there?
Didn't you watch...
Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. I was going to say, 'cause you went on a
Yeah.
date night with everyone, didn't you?
Yeah. That's it. I mean, that is a kids' movie. Teen Titans Go is it's one of those shows where it's like very... It's treading the line. It's on a nice edge as to whether or not it's appropriate for children. Like, I think some of the jokes are like... I mean, in the most recent series, there's this joke where they're trying to get into a Joker base, and they all do impersonations of different Jokers to try and get in. So, Cyborg does, like, Ancient Joker from... I say Ancient Joker. From the... Adam West TV show, and then Beast Boy does Heath Ledger, which almost gets them in, but then Robin comes out with Jared Leto's Joker, and they're like, Jared Leto, what is this? And he's like, great, now I've got to be Mark Hamill. And he does a Mark Hamill impersonation.
Amazing. Mark Hamill as the Joker, though. Oh my god.
What a king.
He's so nice. He's a nice man.
Tegan has sofas in their local cinema. Actual sofas.
On my days, I would like put my feet up.
On my days. What if you had to share a sofa with a stranger, though?
I would not.
Yeah.
I would like awkwardly look at them and be like, do you want to make out? I would not. I would never do that in my life. I'm nowhere near that confident.
Oh, hey, Georgie's in the chat. Hey, Georgie.
Hiya.
Hiya. What? Is that a moped or is that a streamer, do you think?
Someone's streaming.
So you know the thing about England is that as soon as there's like 5 seconds of sunshine, every bastard is doing powered lawn work. So
everyone's like, I must mow the lawn.
I must mow the lawn. I must trim the trees. I've got to break down these hedges. Have you seen the drill, Marjorie? I'm going to stand in the back garden with my drill. I'm just going to just into the air because it is tradition. It is the way.
I have a point to make. I'm a gardening man.
Would y'all consider playing Among Us with some of the modded roles like Sheriff and Jester? We do not play Among Us on PC, so no. Probably not. I'm sorry if you can hear the streamer in the background.
You could close the window.
I'm not going to. It's 23 degrees and I'm from Northern Europe. That's offensive.
Is it really 23 degrees today?
Yes.
I've been wearing a hoodie all day.
Yes, you have.
Eyes like well cold.
I was like, icy, bruv.
Eyes made of ice.
Recliners in the cinema.
Oh, yeah. When me and Jazz were staying in New York, I always bring up New York because like, a lot happened. Anyway, I was there for 2.5 weeks, so of course a lot happened.
Wow, were you? That's a really long holiday.
Jazz was there for 3 weeks.
Wow.
But anyway, what was I doing?
Recliners.
Yeah, we went to the cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched a horror movie. Not the point. Anyway, yeah, got in the seats and the seats leant back and reclined. I was like, what the fuck?
I feel like that's dangerous, right? Because like you just go to sleep.
I don't know. We had to walk back, and I think some of you have heard this story before. We were walking back. It was literally pitch black outside, and we couldn't see anything because the street had gas lamps and they weren't very bright. And we had to walk up this giant hill in the middle of a suburb. And we're walking along, and then all of a sudden a deer jumps out of the bush.
Yeah.
And like the only dark bit of the journey, like the only bit that's pitch black where it doesn't have any street lamps, we were just like walking along, and then we hear this like crashing noise, and then this giant thing runs across in front of us. Me and Jazz literally died. We just screamed, and I think we fell on the floor. And we might have peed ourselves a little bit.
I feel like deer. I was going to say deer in America, but like, deer are kind of much more confined in the UK, right? Because we don't have. I'm just thinking about that video of those two moose fighting each other just on somebody's drive. I'm so sorry if you can hear the streamer. I'm not closing the window.
Why would they stream? It's 8 o'clock at night.
I don't know.
Stop it!
Oh, he did. I would like to go to America to experience all of the American things. I don't know how you could live there.
Yeah, again.
I mean, like, outside of just, you know, the political climate, you're just being advertised to all the time, right? And also you have to drive everywhere.
Yeah.
I say outside of the political climate. These are political choices. These are political decisions that somebody has made. But the driving everywhere thing would really ruin me, I think.
Literally, like, getting public transport is impossible. And, like, we lived in the middle of the suburb, not even, like, at the back of it.
Well, I don't know. I would like to go back to Europe again someday soon. I'd like to go everywhere, obviously, but, you know, money and the pandemic and...
I merged two wrong layers together.
Oh, no.
Oh, well.
Ripperino.
It's okay. It's only the sketch layer. I am stupid.
Ink says moving to America was a mistake. Ink, we have had our suspicions about your accent. Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Where are you from, bro?
Reveal all, bro.
I mean, you don't have to, obviously.
You
especially not to the 57 people watching. But, see, this is the thing about... I was talking to Ollie, our sound engineer, about setting up all of this, the AVAs that we did. And I was like, oh, we got Jess here, and we're going to do Shane then, and blah, blah, blah. And every time I mentioned somebody by name, he would be like, where are they from? And I was like... EST.
We do not know.
You know, like, where's Dingo from? Mountain Time?
Sorry, my chair's very loud.
As an American, I can't imagine a world where it isn't amazing to only have to drive 10-20 minutes to get to work. Oh, I see. It's amazing that you only have to drive for 20 minutes to get to work.
Literally, if I have to drive any more than 20 minutes to get to work, I'm like, ugh, kill myself.
I walked for a really long time. Almost our entire first year of university, I walked for 50 minutes an hour to get to work every weekend.
Oh, you did? Ew.
Why did I do that?
I don't know.
The money was not that good.
No, it was minimum wage.
It wasn't actually. It was a little bit more than that.
Oh, was it?
It was minimum wage was like $6.30 at the time.
Oh my god!
And I was being paid like $7.50, I think. So that was not like bad, but fucking hell. I have a story for you about commuting in Bay Area, California. It sucked. I kind of have a little bit of an experience of this because a very minor experience because my aunt moved to Pleasanton, California, which I believe is like near the Bay. It's near San Francisco because we would go there, right? Like that's the thing. Like in the way that if you came here, I might take you to London. She would take us to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And cities that are not designed for cars.
No, not here anyway. They're designed for public transport.
Yeah, but I mean, like, so, like, take Dorchester. Have you been through Dorchester, Amy?
No, Jenny, I haven't been anywhere further than Bath.
All right, then. Dorchester is barely big enough for horses, and yet it's 2-lane traffic everywhere throughout the fucking city, except it's all listed buildings. You can't change anything. Like, it needs to not be a drive-through zone, right? Unless you have a permit to live there. You should not be able to drive your car through Dorchester. You're just ruining it.
Oh my god, now the man is hammering.
I'm actually going to stand up and close the window. So the idea of, especially like considering that San Francisco was flattened by an earthquake and a massive fire, and then very racistly rebuilt, because white people can put racism into anything. It is staggering to me that they did not make it like open and wide, you know. But there we go. I'm stepping away from the microphone to close a window.
And she fell out the window and won't ever be back.
She lies.
That's her ghost.
This is a boring admin question, Amy. Have you had dinner already?
I have not.
Okay.
Why are you doing this now?
Streaming.
It's 8 o'clock at night. Stop it.
I can walk 15 minutes to get to a school. It is all up. Oh, I remember when I and my friend argued about who lived the furthest away from school. So Ollie could see used to from his mum's old house. You could see his school across the valley.
Right.
Keyword there, across the valley. So he had to walk down, and then up. I mean, some of the steepest hills I have ever been on. Again, another place where there shouldn't be cars. Like, you're really lucky if your clutch lasts 2 years in Lyme Regis. 2 years.
Wow. Is this why whenever we're like walking anywhere with Ollie in public, he's just like gone into the sunset?
Yeah.
And we're just dead on the floor?
Yeah, because like he is so used to sprinting up hills that walking on flat surfaces is like...
His leg only have one mode. Ollie, go fast.
I so badly want to go to Norway. Just... I have always... Ignis probably knows this already, but when I was little... When I was in primary school, we all did a class project, but everybody had to pick a country to do a project on, and I picked Norway. And I wrote to the Norwegian embassy in London, and I said, hello, you know, in my scribbly 8-year-old handwriting, my name's Jenny. I'm doing a project on your gracious country. Please may I have some booklets? And the Norwegian embassy sent me back a load of stuff.
Amazing.
And ever since then, I have felt like special to the Norwegians, which obviously is nonsense. But I would really like to go there. I looked up what the hotel prices in Bergen were the other week, just because I thought, oh, they're probably really cheap right now, right? It's not.
No.
But Bergen is absolutely beautiful.
I don't really know much about Norway.
Holly had an anime training arc. That's ink again. Fuck, dude, you crack us up.
Why is the man doing construction? Stop it! It's so disorientating.
But Norway is another place where I suspect I'm not going to get on very well, because hills.
And isn't it like cold as fuck out there?
I mean, I suppose comparatively to us, yes.
I actually went to Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Ireland. It's like next door. It's like to the left.
Uh-huh. You're going to tell me it's really cold.
Yeah.
Do you not think maybe it was just that week that you went?
We went up a hill and I was going to die. Granted, I was only wearing a hoodie and a denim jacket because I had no idea. And it was December. So, I deserved it. But still. Ireland's beautiful. I wanted to look at it, but I couldn't get out of the car because I was shaking so much.
Amy, you're like, Ireland's really cold when you're up a mountain in December. I don't know if Ireland is really cold comparatively to the UK, because shockingly, some of the UK is attached to Ireland.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello to Norwegians in chat. What's up?
Would you like to hear some outside construction? Because I'm about to lose my mind.
We're from England. Innit, bro?
Oh, it's because the window's open.
That noise was almost 30-year-old Amy getting up from a chair.
No, you don't. I don't want to be 30.
Yeah. What are you having for dinner tonight?
I don't know.
Okay.
Probably the same thing I had last night.
Which was?
I've converted to fake chicken. Because I'm trying to consume less meat.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a chicken wrap with homemade guacamole.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Fried sweet corn.
Mm-hmm.
I say fried, it was just made in the frying pan with the chicken. It's got a fajita mix in it.
Nice.
Has some leaves in it.
Yeah, sounds good.
And some homemade sauce. It's not homemade, it's just a bunch of sauces mixed together. And then I made some like tiny potato chunks.
The Pixton is asking me to spell Bergen.
No.
Like Bergen. Or actually Bergen. I don't know how I don't even know how to pronounce that letter, I'm afraid, so soz mate. Latin languages only in this household. Even that's a bit of a stretch.
For me it is anyway. You're the one with the Latin curtains.
What?
I mean, you got curtains that have Latin on them.
Oh, yes, we do. I see what you mean. I thought you meant like... I don't know. I actually have no idea what I thought you meant.
Never mind.
I'm not bothered by Jarl's construction sounds. I have my own going on. Part of the upper walkway of my apartment complex fell down and they're busy trying to fix it. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
I find it heavily distracting and very annoying.
Yeah. Amy's got a sound thing.
I really do.
Tapping. Consistent noises. Yeah, they're really bad for you.
Makes me rage. I can't control. I don't know why, but like... Ooh, and mouth noises as well.
Mm-hmm. There have been times in the past where somebody has been tapping something and I've watched you reach over and wordlessly just smack it out of their hands. Stop it.
We were sitting on Discord last night with the other whizzes and we were just hanging out, and Jazz was eating her dinner, and her phone was really close to her mouth, and I was like, "Those are really good mouth noises there, Jazz." And she just was like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, mouth noises are tough. So this is news also to you, Amy, but I applied to be put down for the I signed up to be considered for the database of the people who are going to be considered for the IKEA homes that they're building in.
What does that mean?
Darrington. So IKEA gets together with another company that I can't pronounce or remember really to build super affordable housing. So you can have a 2-bedroom apartment in this area for £150,000.
What?
Yeah, exactly. Which, to put into context, is about £60,000 to £80,000 cheaper than it would be. And with Help to Buy, you can get a 95% mortgage.
Whoa.
So I put my name down on the thing because I looked at all the pictures and fell in love with the flat and thought, well, now I have to live in one of these. But because they're affordable, you have to, there's like a process, right? You can't just buy one.
Right.
And also you can't buy one to rent, and you cannot buy one if you're going to immediately sell it on again.
They're for you.
Yeah, you have to live in it for a certain period of time, and like you have to, before, you basically have to get a mortgage in a mortgage in principle before you can be entered into the raffle for the rights to buy the house,
right?
Buy the flat. Anyway, all of this is, the long and short of this is that I got a phone call from somebody that I missed to say we've put you on the database. And she said the name of the I'm actually gonna just open the tab. To me it says Bow Clock by Skanska and IKEA. Skanska, yeah, and IKEA. And the way she pronounced Bow Clock was so wildly different to what I was expecting it to be that it immediately deleted itself from my brain.
Oh no.
I don't know how you're supposed to say it. And if you wanted to, you can have one. You can buy one that's furnished by IKEA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would you want to stay in this area?
We don't really have any ties holding us here at the moment. But we would like to get on the property ladder. You know, and a nice apartment would not be a bad way of doing that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, we just hit 9,000 subscribers on Webtoon. Thank you very much for all of you who are reading our story. The very creative name says, I don't like the UK, but then again, I live in it. Yep. I saw a meme earlier that said I'm having a bad time, not with my mental health, but because I live in the UK under a Tory government. We have recently, as of today, I think, or maybe yesterday, cut our international aid.
Meaning?
We don't give money. As a nation, we don't give charity money anymore.
What? Why?
To quote unquote help our own first.
But we don't even do that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like
a
shit ton of starving kids in this country.
Yep.
And thousands of homeless people.
Yep.
Down with Boris.
Down with Boris.
Put him in the bin.
Put him in the bin. Yeah. The thing that really agitates me about that is, like, you know, outside of the money grabbingness of it, in the sense that, okay, well, first of all, it was in their manifesto to keep it. To keep the 0.7%, 0.07% of our GDP aid that we send overseas every year. So they've broken their manifesto promise
Mm.
as a start. Secondly, as you rightly have said, we're not giving that money to people who need it in this country. Child poverty has increased. Child homelessness has increased. Just homelessness in general has increased, right?
Mm.
Like, services all over Britain are closing because apparently there isn't enough money to fund them.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, the things that we're not funding anymore, right, includes, like, programs, like health infrastructure programs in places like Sierra Leone, which is an ex-English colony, that is poor because we made it poor.
Mm.
Because we stole all of their resources. I mean, it's not as simple as that. I grant you. You know, like, Sierra Leone and the people of Sierra Leone are capable, more than capable, of greatness. But they just need, like, the trains in Sierra Leone, the major train stations don't go from the places of population density, like cities. They go from the diamond mine to the port.
Mm.
Because we built the trains. Because we stole all of the resources. Anyway, if you hadn't guessed already, don't vote Conservative. They fucking suck. But do vote. Get registered and all that good shit.
Yeah, vote. And just so you know, if you vote Conservative, I think you're an idiot. Because in this situation, it's not about you, it's about the people who don't have any help.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I also often think that, like, for example, as an example, I know somebody who used to vote for whoever party. They were a swing voter. They would vote for whatever party they felt would it help their business the most. Which I can kind of understand, right? That's important to you, it's your livelihood. But we're kind of at this point now where when they're done with whoever it is that they're picking on, whether it be trans kids or people of colour or the poor, they're going to come for you. You know? Anyway, I'm too young to vote. Alas, it is a crime. You know, if we, there's a lot of things that I could, you know, you could set me off very easily. But here is my 3 policies for truth democracy, right? For actual democracy. Not like Brexit, which was like, oh, well, you know, you have to give voice to the people, right? We don't get enough say. We hate the EU, so we have to have a referendum. Sure, fine, let's have a referendum. But we don't have an elected upper chamber. The second chamber of our first world democracy is appointed by the government. It's not elected. We still use first past the post as a vote counting system. It is not representative. It's bullshit. And also, why don't we have votes at 16?
Yeah.
You can join the military at 16.
You're old enough to work, you're old enough to vote.
Yeah. Whew. So, that's a thing. I don't know about you guys, but the pandemic really radicalized me. Like, I think the streaming has stopped, so I'm going to open the window again. Watch this. I'm going to open the window and, you know, he's going to start up again. Oh my gosh, somebody has placed an order on the store. Thank you very much. Was that a secret shop or a normal shop? I think it is a normal shop because I didn't get a follow-up email to be like, you're running out of posters. You can vote in Scottish elections at 16. Yeah, because the Scottish have got their shit together. Also, like, why? No, you know what? It doesn't matter. We should move on. How's your drawing going? I can't see it.
It's going good. I'm inking currently.
Boo's on the floor next to me. She's
Nice.
loafing. She looks, I don't know, unimpressed. Hey girl, how you doing? Did you want to say hello? Big stretch. If I pick you up now, you'd be very angry, won't you? Whenever you pick her up, whenever Ollie picks her up, she points her toes, like she stretches her legs all the way out. It's very weird. How's it going, everybody? I don't know how this happens, but we start on high hopes and then we always sort of plunge into hating the government. It's called Brexit because it's the British exit from the European Union. It's I don't know what you call that, portmanteau? When you pull two words together?
No idea.
Okay.
Didn't go to school.
And she's not joking.
Go to school, kids. Even if it is the worst.
I'm so excited to put out the next page of High Hopes. So excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Neat.
Also, I really like to see like how many people are coming to it new for the first time. I think we'll have a better sense of that with this one because obviously with all of your very, very nice comments, which I very much appreciate on the first page, are like, oh my god, who's here from YouTube? Oh my god. Which are so lovely. Thank you very much. But I think with the next one we get more comments, maybe talking about the story, from people who are new to it, perhaps.
Yeah. I can't wait to get to the point where you start getting new story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for chapter 4.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Which I think by the time we get there will have been rewritten maybe 4 times.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I can't wait to do it.
I have closed the chat for some reason. Okay, there we go. Me and all my homies love to hate on the government. That's the best way it should be. HHR question: how many player character backstories will be explored in the show comic? All of them, hopefully.
Yeah, at some point.
Not like we did Paddy's and Rook's.
No.
But all of them.
Yeah. So the original idea was we were going to do it in order of, like, originally it was just going to be the character backstories and then the story.
Mm-hmm.
But then we realised, we're kind of neglecting the story aspect, and you guys probably want to get on and see the story itself. So we've started to move towards the actual campaign itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the campaign goes along, you will start to explore and piece together people's backstories.
Yep.
I'm very excited.
Yep. Even rewinding to Torlin because it wasn't hers before Panik started. Yes, we're going to give Torlin a chance to speak her part, basically. I haven't decided how we're going to do that yet.
Yeah, you'll get to explore everyone's backstory at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It might be, I don't know. That's part of what's exciting, right? So we get to decide. Like previously, I've written 6.5 scripts, 3 of which you've seen. So 4, 5, and 6 are whole, even if I do not consider them to be finished. And then 7 is loosey-goosey. It's like maybe a paragraph. They're probably going to get reworked Well, no, they are going to be reworked. First of all, because I was writing for a script for a show, as opposed to I was writing a comic book.
Yeah, and the way that we did the animatic episodes changed as well, like the voiceover and everything, because it was essentially going to be, you know how chapter 0 and chapter 1 were done with you narrating, they were all essentially going to be like that, but then we changed it because I don't think you were 100% okay with that format. You didn't like it, did you?
Well, I think we did the first one with the little snippets of other people's voices being in it. I was like, we should change this. This is, we should do an actual
Make
script.
It more personal.
Yeah. So.
God, guys, there's so many characters and so many stories. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Pixel asked us if it's still going to be on YouTube. It is. It's not going to be in the same shape. We're not going to do the animatic like you've seen it previously. It's just too much work.
It takes way too long.
We can't get it out fast enough. We're going to be making what we're calling a motion comic dub, which is like an animated version of the comic, so you'll see like the gutters and stuff of the pages. We'll voice over them with Ollie's amazing scores, and that will go onto our channel instead of Alex's where it's been previously. Kimberly says, I guess I'm confused how the first 3 chapters animation is different from how the animated comic is going to be. If you mean like visually different, we're not going to reanimate chapters 0 to 3.
No.
There's not really much point.
No, because they're already there.
Yeah.
So, like, the best way I can explain how it's going to look is if you look at our Webtoons trailer that's up on Alex's channel, how the panels come into the page and how there's, like, moving parts on the page. It will probably be very much like that.
There is also stuff, you can also already find, like, animated not animated, but, like, comic dubs and stuff on YouTube to varying degrees of animation. That you can have a look at if you want to sort of get an idea of what we're talking about.
Yeah, and you'll get those at the end of each chapter. So, like, every week you'll be getting a new page, apart from obviously the chapters we've already done. But when it comes to chapter 4, when we finish chapter 4 on Webtoons, it will then release a animated dub of that comic.
Ivy is asking how long it's going to take to get to chapter 4, based on, we just had chapter 3 comes out.
It's hard to say, but
yeah,
not too long.
At the moment, it's kind of hard to say because we don't know how long how many pages chapters 1, 2, and 3 will turn out to be in the comic.
Yeah. Chapter 0 didn't take that long at all because it's so when we animated chapter 0, that took us a month because it's only 2 minutes long.
A minute and a half.
Yeah, it's not very long, so it didn't take us that long to make. And then when we got to chapter 1, minus the breaks that we took in between because of various reasons, it still took a very long time. Also, it's just like
something, isn't there?
It's also just much longer.
So here's the thing: we're very keen to get started on chapter 4. We don't want to keep you waiting for new story any longer than you have to. We need to do 0 to 3 because we need to onboard new people from Webtoons. Like, this move for us is both about like sustainability in terms of the workload, but it's about growth. And we need new people to come in and see that the story is linear and be like, okay, cool, I can read this. So that's why we're doing that. How long it will be is dependent on this is not a conversation that we've necessarily had as a group, so you're gonna have to take this with a pinch of salt. But what's gonna happen is we're gonna work out how long each chapter is in terms of pages. So for example, we'll go how many pages is chapter 13? I forget. Chapter 0.
Well, you just told them it's 13 pages.
It's 13. How did I do that? That was weird. It says 13 print format pages. Boo's licking himself on Ollie's seat. He's going to be so pleased. 13 print format pages, which is not... That doesn't equal out to 13 Webtoons uploads because of the way that the pages are formatted is different. So that'll be X number of weeks, right? However long it takes to get out the thing. We're also kind of doing, you know, we want to be ahead of ourselves in terms of workload, which we're super confident we'll be able to do. Just simply because it'll be it's less work, and we're
so much easier.
Yeah, and it's also a format that we are practiced at. You know, like our training is in illustration, not in animation. Wow, our neighbour smokes a lot of weed. Holy shit. So we'll...
Oh my.
do the thumbnails or the layouts for chapter 1 and work out how many pages it looks like it's going to end up being. And then we're going to look at like how much time we reckon we're going to need to do, say, chapter 2. And then I think we're probably going to... This is the thing that you need to take a pinch of salt. That we're going to space the pages. We're always going to upload once a week, I think. We're going to space the pages out to be as much time as we need, right? So if we've got... Let's say it turns out to be 24 pages... That's not necessarily going to be 24 weeks, right? We might make super long pages so we can get it out faster.
Yeah, I'm very eager
to start on chapter 4.
Yeah, I'm incredibly eager.
Me too.
Like, I'm very excited to see what chapter 1 to 3 will look like. Webtoons version, because chapter 0 looks incredible in comparison. Granted, chapter 0 was made fucking ages ago, but
like thinking ahead, I'm so excited to have chapter 2 in print.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost like I'm like creatively salivating at the thought of what chapter 2 is going to look like.
It'll be a chunky boy.
So good. But yeah, we're desperate to get to chapter 4. Like, both because we don't want to keep you waiting, but also I don't know about you, Amy, but I am a bit bored.
Yeah, I'm ready to move forward.
I mean, like, realistically at this point, the creative input I've had into this series finished 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. That's how old those first scripts are. Like, obviously we would dick around with them when it came to, you know, voicing them, or for, you know, storyboards and stuff. Like, the script would be adjusted and stuff. But, like, they're old. I wrote them a little while ago. A hot minute ago.
Fuck, I just, like, remembered how much stuff I had to do for chapter 3 just gone. Because, like, Alex and Beth were very, very busy. So I had to take on a lot of the ink work, which I'm not regretting because I really enjoyed it. But fuck.
Yeah, it was so much work. There was so much work.
Imagine if it was just one person doing it. It'd still be, like, I wouldn't even be halfway. Actually, no, wait. No, never mind.
So after that big long explanation, if you've got any more questions, then please do feel free to yeeteth them our way.
Basically, we are aware of how eager everyone is. We are equally as eager, and we're gonna get there as soon as we can. Ooh, I'm quite happy with that ink.
I'm excited for the future. I'm gonna turn the stream on so I can actually see it. Oh, fancy. Very nice.
Thanks.
Mate.
Ema.
Cleo. It's like if you're Australian but you're posh. Which is, if you're wondering why we keep doing that, it's from a series of reels where I think he's actually a Kiwi, an actor is remaking short bits of episodes of H2O.
Oh my god.
Just Add Water. A Australian teen drama. Just like in his flat. With some crap wigs and some amazing accents. Emma. Cleo. What's the other one called? That doesn't matter, does it?
No.
H2O Just Add Water. Could you imagine that show in this country? It would not be as appealing, would it?
No.
Every time you got wet, you turn into a fish. Well, that's only good if you're...
You just turn into a cod.
Yeah, if you turn into a mermaid. Like, you kind of only want to be a mermaid in the tropical waters of Australia, not in the grimy, cold waters of
unless you're
the
in Cornwall.
Solent. Yeah, I suppose. But even then, Cornwall's not warm, Amy.
No, but it is pretty. The water is blue there instead of brown.
Hey Jenny, when you guys want to take breaks? Oh, would you? That's a weirdly worded question. When you guys take breaks and have uploads, would you consider having guest comics? Well, maybe.
Guest comics?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like, if say we're on break because we're writing or whatever. In the interim, whilst we're not posting, we host somebody else's comic in the feed. Like, somebody makes a comic to go on our feed.
Interesting.
Yeah, like little one-offs and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's something we'll have to consider when we get down the line. Ink is also says anytime he says ink in any capacity, my ears can't help but perk up. I'm afraid, my dude, that's because you've named yourself after a key feature of our industry.
Yeah.
What's your favourite kind of ink?
Sorry, that was very aggressive.
Indian?
I don't... What? Fuck. Jenny, don't do that to me. What do you want?
What's your favourite kind of ink, Amy?
I don't know. I don't know what different mediums are.
What's the name of the brand that
I
comes
didn't
in
draw her hand.
the little lol, the little glass pots?
Oh, Jenny. What?
Something in
Quinking?
Quink? No.
Oh, what are you on about?
The little. It doesn't matter. They do ink in basically every colour.
Right.
And every packet has like a doodle on it. This they used to sell it in the shop at uni.
Don't know.
It's got Barrel and Worcester or something. I don't know.
Jenny.
Doesn't matter. Okay. I hope one day to make a comic. Any advice? Especially with drawing backgrounds. I've only ever drawn characters, so it feels different to try drawing room or a building.
Reference.
Yeah, reference and practice. Which feels like kind of boring advice, I suppose.
I know.
Perspective grids.
Tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
I know they go on forever and they're boring to listen to, but they are very helpful.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, if you're like me, or if you're like Cool Boy Shane, name drop, then you need to be working on something in order to be learning something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is no better way to learn how to draw backgrounds and how to do it for the comic you're making. IMO.
I just zoomed out of this drawing and I like looked at it and I was like, Gimgar's well fit. Is that weird to say about your own character?
No. Amy, it's 10 to 9.
I am going to go until I'm done with inking.
You are?
Yeah.
I have to start cooking it like maximum 10 past.
Okay. It won't take me that long. I've only got to do tattoos.
Okay. Cool. Thank you for all your support with the comic book, guys. It means a lot to us. It's been... I said this on Twitter. I was a little bit nervous about taking it to Webtoon. Not necessarily I wasn't nervous about we're making a comic. I was nervous about we're not making this animatic anymore. Because... it was like the thing, right? That everybody knew, that everybody was looking at. But I knew it was the right thing for us to do. I knew we had to do this. Kind of regardless.
Mm.
And if it didn't work, then, that was just it. That was just the way of it, and we would have to look at, maybe this isn't what we were supposed to be doing. Maybe I should go get a quote-unquote real job.
Ew.
But your support has been really just consistently amazing. I mean, as we've been talking, we hit 9,000 subscribers on Webtoon.
Mental.
Like, 4 days after we posted the thing? We're so grateful to you.
Yeah.
We literally could not do this without you. Your attention in this attention economy. Thank you for sparing some of it to give to us.
Thanks, guys.
It's Wednesday today. It's Wednesday, my dudes. So you're going to get another stream this week. If all goes well and nobody else is ill, then Jazz is going to guide you on Saturday through Rags to Riches, a Sims stream where she's going to take a Sim and they're going to get rich, but he can't get a job or something. I forget how. It's fun. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Also, Jazz has this great energy.
Yeah, boy.
When she's streaming. This week's Patreon post is going to be next week's YouTube video. It's going to be all about Gimgar. So you should hang around for early access to that. Also, I think Amy's going to cut... We had a very long conversation I think Amy's going to cut a bunch of stuff out of. So you should hang around because I'll include all of that in the notes on the Patreon post.
Yeah.
And this week, from the bank, patrons will have already heard this, but it's new to everybody else, is Music Notes 2. It's the analysis that me and Ollie Moore did about the music in Chapter 2 of High Hopes So Rolls, which somebody was asking for, actually, on Tumblr, which is nice. That'll be out on Friday. It's a little over an hour. It's a very long talk. It was good though. I enjoyed recording it. It's almost 9.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, you are? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Thank you to Kimberly, our executive producer and constant supporter. Did you get my message on Instagram, Kimberly? Did I even send it? That's a dog barking. Thank you for everything that you do for us. Thank you to everybody who sat in chat refreshing the fucking webcomic.
God, guys. You're crazy.
Yeah, that's so nice of you. We appreciate all of you. Oof. Is there anything else you want to say?
If you want, I can finish this on stream, or I can finish it off stream and post it.
And you can finish it next week if you want.
Yeah.
Because Matt and Beth aren't going to be here next week, right?
Oh, yeah,
so we can do
I'll finish it on the next
whenever we have a thing.
Yeah.
If you... So I'm just going to roll through the things real quick. Best places to follow us. The Shrieking Wizard Co. Instagram. At @swizardco, Twitter. highhopesarolls.tumblr.com, Tumblr. You can follow us on Patreon for behind the scenes and extra content, and also early access to comic pages. You get them the day before they go out to everybody else. Also, you get access to the secret shop, which has a fucking great password. If you're looking for High Hopes merch or Shrieking Wizard Co merch, or maybe a sticker of Boo, you can head to, I don't know if that's on there, Redbubble, shriekingwizard.redbubble.com, or to our very own shop, which is shriekingwizard.com/shop. Please go look at our website. Beth redid it and it's fucking awesome.
She's done a great job.
It looks so good. Oh, you can also get on to the old Discord Areno, where there should be a link to that in the description of this video.
I just realised I need to update my overlay for the stream because I need to include the webtoons on there as well.
Stream overlay update. Should I write that down? I'm not going to. I can't be bothered. Thank you very much for watching / listening / having us on in the background, my dudes.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. We'll see you
a good time
next week.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.